Really? Let me see if I can get some audio here. I got the webcast up right now, just testing it with it. But yeah, the Deathloop seemed to be my best performer. I'm running probably about 900 watts, I guess. Uh, I'm anxious to get my extended double ZEP antenna up. That's two 5/8 wavelengths on each side of the center. Uh, that's a doublet with actually it's one and a quarter wavelengths long on 40. It's supposed to have some gain to it. I'm just interested to see how that'll do when you add that to whatever signal I might have there. It's warming up here. We're in mid 60s, I guess. KO5Z W5KB.
All right, fine business time. Well, it's 74 degrees outside here in North Texas. Well, I'm running well, we're taking inventory here. I'm running a Yaesu FT1200, FTCX 1200. It's going into AL80B running about, well, let's see, not 500 watts. It's going into a 5-band transvertical. I'd been the tower route for several years, and when I moved out here where I'm at now, I just thought, I don't want to dig a hole for concrete on it. So I just want to try this vertical. It's been 17 years ago now. It's been in service. If I can hear, if I can talk to them, I don't know what else you can say about it. It's been a good antenna. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but for right now, it's been a real workhorse for me. I'm real pleased with it, and it's kind of maintenance free. Oh, I see you moving around in the shack now, yeah. Yeah, I bought the webcam. Oh, well, you're right there. Oh, got to make some post-it note there, do you? All right, I'll turn it back to you and see how you copy there, Tom. 55 KUB, KO5Z.
Okay, Colin, real fine. So, is your last name Collier or Collierville? Over.
Well, last name is Collier, C-O-L-L-I-E-R.
Okay, so it's pretty close there. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at Facebook there, and it looks like Carl's also tuned in here on Facebook. Maybe he'll join us here in a minute. But yeah, I'm running the same ampere. I'm running the AL80B here. I've got an an AL 811H here. So the 80B is not a whole lot more, but it's a little bit nicer amp. It runs a little bit more power, and I just wanted something new to play with. So I got me one of those and added it to my desk this year, and I added me a 7300 to my desk. I've got now Kenwood, ICOM, and Yaesu here. So I don't know. I like the 7300, and I like the AL80B here. I sold, I had a vintage TS820 whole system with the remote VFO, the remote speaker, the remote tuner, and all that. And I sold it. I didn't want to get rid of it, but it took half my desk up here, and I didn't have room to put any new equipment. And so I sold it to somebody up in Kansas City, and he's real happy with it, and I feel like it went to a good home there. Let me see if we got anybody else who wants to join us. This is W5KUB. Anybody else in there? All right, I don't hear anybody. Let's see, we got one more post on Facebook. Let's see who that was. Marco, I don't know where Marco is. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I don't know if you saw part of the show last night, but our audio wasn't very good on the remote guest, and that was all due to a mismatch in a cable that went to the mixer. So I fixed that a few minutes ago. The audio is nice and clean and clear now, and I just had the webcast up playing with it a while ago, and I thought, I'll just leave it on right now and kind of aim it over this way. So if anybody wants to tune in, I've got a little lapel mic just laying up here. I don't know how well. Let's see. I don't know how well it's picking me up. Let me look here and see if I can tell. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. My audio is probably pretty low on the show because I'm quite a ways from the mic here. KO5Z W5KUB.
KO5Z. Was that a Kenwood 2000 you had sitting on your desk with you? Yes, it is. I had one like that until about 4 or 5 months ago. I lied to get my station, burned everything up. There's no reason to talk about that too much. I won't replace all the equipment, but I like my 2000. I use it on satellites a lot. It was a good rig. I kind of like to get another one, but it's kind of hard to justify. And my first rig was the Kenwood 820S. Love that radio. And like you, I regret selling it, but you know, it was time to move on because I wanted to do some things that it would not do. So that's when I found the guy who wanted it worse than I did, so I sold it to him. But like you, I kind of regretted it, but you know, once you've done the deed, all you do is just keep on trucking. I'll turn it back to you and see if anybody else wants to jump in here. I don't want to be a frequency hog. 5 KUB, it's KO5Z.
Anybody else out there want to join us? Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo. Well, I don't hear anybody. Well, I tell you, I love the 820. I didn't use it for many years. It just took a lot of space, and so I finally got rid of it. And just like I said, I added some new equipment. I just wanted to get more excited back into radio, so I had to buy me something new to play with. You're right. That's a TS 2000 right there. I'm talking on a Kenwood 7300 right here. And next to it over there, I've got a brand new Yaesu 991A. Actually, I've had about a year, or a little over a year. I actually won that as a door prize at the Huntsville Hamfest a year or two ago. And above that, I've got a TS 570 up there. And you know, I had lightning hit my TS 570. It was unhooked from the antenna, but lightning came in on a phone line and it damaged the audio section. And I took it, you know, see if I could get it repaired. Of course, I figured there was a lot more damage to it. Nobody really wanted to touch it, so we made an insurance claim. And I finally went in there myself and repaired it. It had a little transistor or two that had gone bad, and I just replaced them in there. So I kept the 570 up there. But yeah, I love the 820. But it was time to get rid of it. I was going to have to put it in an attic or somewhere. I don't even have room in a shack to store it. I've got a big closet with parts in there and radios, and don't even have room to store it in there. And I didn't want to put it in an attic where it'd be in the heat and the cold, and you know, I'd never see it. Nobody would see it until I died, probably. And so I decided just to go ahead and get rid of it there. I did quite a bit of satellite stuff myself. That's where I met astronaut Doug Wheelock, who has joined us at Hamvention now for about 5 years, and has become a good friend of mine, and used to do a lot of satellite stuff, but I haven't done it anymore lately. I know they got a couple new birds up that are, you know, relatively easy to work, and I was just thinking last night I might set this 820 back up on satellite and maybe work some of the new birds there. Let me stand by and see if anybody else wants to join us. This is W5KUB. All right, I don't hear anybody, Coleman. KO5Z, W5KUB.
Yeah, okay, Tom. W5KUB, KO. Yeah, KO5Z. I'm having a senior moment here. Yeah, well, I just took out my 2000, and then I had to send my L80B back to MSJ, and no, where's he at? Mississippi? Yeah, Carville, Mississippi. Anyway, they put a new transformer in because they brought the transformer up. But that is like a tank. It's been a good workhorse for me. I've had it for about 12 years. Wouldn't pay for it. But talking about the satellites, I kind of want to get back into satellites myself. Well, I had the Yaesu Azimuth elevation rotator, and it cooked the little potentiometers that tell you where it's pointed on the indicator box in the shack. Well, I got the azimuth working about 2 days ago. Now for the elevation rotator part, it's in about 15 pieces out at my workshop. I'm going to have to order some parts from Yaesu to fix that. And when I do that, I may put my arrow antenna on it, try to get the birds again. Those are a lot of fun. They're real short contacts, obviously, for obvious reasons, but they are a lot of fun. It's definitely a challenge at times, just to chat on for any length of time, but it's a lot of fun. So, see if anybody else wants to check in. If you want to there, I'll get off in a second. W5KUB, K15Z.
Well, we got a few people listening on the frequency, but they say that down in Gulfport, Mississippi, they're saying they don't hear either one of us. So, wow. I think they would hear us in the noise anyway. I never really worked any satellite with an HT. I always basically used a mobile rig with an antenna, and I worked a lot of satellite stuff, and then I kind of got tired of that, and then I started working the space station, and that's when I worked Doug Wheelock, and I talked to him 30 times in 1 month, and it was like a pipeline, man. And actually I talked to him 3 times driving home from work in a truck, so it's kind of neat when you can talk to the space station going over from your car or truck, That was just with a mobile rig with the whip, on the hood. But that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, the FM birds. I hated working the sideband birds. They were so hard to work, and it didn't sound as good. And now they got a couple new FM birds back up that are easy to work. So I might just set the 2000 up here. I'm not going to put my azimuth elevation antennas up. I've just got a Comet dual band vertical out there. I'll probably hook that up to it. It'll work okay. Of course, if they're directly over you, you're not going to hear them very well. But it will work. And I don't know. I had the itch kind of to put my azimuth elevation stuff back up together, but just hadn't done it yet. Maybe if I get a little bit more interest, I will. Anybody else want to join us? This is W5KUB.
K9EOK, over.
I hear a K9EOK. This is W5KUB. Name's Tom, and we're in Collierville, Tennessee, near Memphis. Over.
This is K9EOK, and I'm located in Ashdown, Arkansas. Ashdown, Arkansas. The handle is Richard, over.
Okay, Richard, Ashdown, Arkansas. If I remember correctly, 54 years ago, one of my buddies, when I was a novice, I used to talk to someone in Ashdown, Arkansas 54 years ago as a novice. I don't know if I'd ever be able to find the card or remember who it was. How you copying us down here? K9EOK W5KUB.
W5KUB, here's K9EOK. You're S9 and S9, and you're really loud and clear. Run the Icon 7200, about 75 watts into a long wire that I just put up from MSJ has it. I really love it. I can hear everybody. And I'm in Radio Shack number 2. Radio Shack number 1 is about 300 feet from me. And I got satellite radios. I used to work at all them stations and space stations, the Mir and ISS. I've worked both of them and really have a good time doing it. I need to get back into it too. I need a signal report, please, and see how my long wire's doing, over.
Well, you're running about 5 to 10 over S9 into the Memphis, Tennessee area. We got some little bit of noise on the frequency, but you're well above it. Like I say, you're peaking at least a 5 over 9. Back to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Yeah, like I said, I love to work in satellites. I got into it when, maybe 10 years ago when it first started getting, hot and heavy. And HAL-40 was up there, and then it blew up. I worked it before it failed. And I got a lot of contacts on the satellite. I like the people and the manner of which they conduct themselves, and had a good time on that. I need to get back on that. Also, got this rig up here. I got an amplifier I want to hook up, but I got to hook up a separate electricity to the Drake L4. I'm going to run the Drake L4, and I modified it. I actually got traded it. I had a handicap lift, and I traded it to a friend of mine that had this L4. But we come out here real good, and I bought that capacitor kit you buy for the power supply, so it's updated. Updated the L4, so I'm going to hook it up to this radio and run a week well under 1,000 watts. You don't really have to run it, full power. Like I cut this back to 75, just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to turn it back to you, over.
Okay, Richard, real fine there, and great on the amplifier you got. That's a nice amp here. All right, well, let me see if Coleman down in near Dallas is still copying, and see if he's copying you there. KO5Z W5KUB.
Yeah, W5KUB, KO5Z. Yeah, I could copy it. He was real weak. I had to put my headphones on to pull him out. He was just a very above the noise level, but yeah, I could copy if I did that. I guess we can see if anybody else wants to join the group. I don't have a whole lot left to talk about. So, see if anybody else wants to join the group. What do you think about that, Tom? W5KUB, KO5Z.
Okay, anybody else out there want to join in with us? This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo.
W5KUB, W5KUB. Here's W9VFW, W9 Victor Fox Whiskey, over.
W9 VFW, W9 VFW. Hello there, copying you pretty good. This is Tom, W5KUB, down in Collierville, Tennessee, near Memphis, over.
Yeah, very good, Tom, very good. Name here is Jim, Japan Indian Mike, and W9VFW is the station at the Vermilion County War Museum, the War Museum in Danville, Illinois. QSL?
Yeah, do I have the call right? Is that VFW, like Veterans of Foreign Wars?
That is correct, sir. That is correct. Over.
Okay, very, very good, Jim. Copying you pretty good there, and that's a cool call, VFW. I've got a friend somewhere I was talking to the other day. His call was VFW. I can't remember where he was, though. Anyway, I was a member of VFW for a while. I just never renewed. It's been a long time. I probably joined the VFW back in the 70s, I guess. But that's cool there. And we're glad you joined us there. We've got Richard in Ashdown, Arkansas on, and we've got Coleman down near Dallas, Texas on here with us. And what we're doing here is just trying to have a little round table with a lot of people that watch the show. We have a ham radio show, a live ham radio show every Tuesday night on W5KUB.com, and we started getting on HF in the afternoons, and a lot of the viewers will just we'll all get together and chit chat. If you want more information on it, just look my call up in QRZ, and it'll give you a lot more information about the show. And we really like we want to invite you to join if you're ever interested there. Back to Jim, W9VFW, W5KUB.
W5KUB, W9VFW. Yes, I have heard of the show. I have not watched it yet, but got to do it now. And thank you for that. And by the way, the call sign here really has nothing to do with the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the organization. This is just an appropriate call sign for the museum here, the War Museum in Danville. So, with that, I'll say 73, and we'll listen out. And we're testing out a new rig here also, by the way, the ICOM 706. So thank you. W5KUB, W9VFW.
Okay, Jim, W9VFW, W5KB. Thanks a lot for calling and joining with us, and join us anytime you hear us on. Hey, join our Facebook group, W5KUB Facebook group, and what we do, we usually post a frequency in the afternoon where a bunch of us get together. That's kind of how we all find each other. And join the show Tuesday night. We'd love to have you. See you later. 73s. Richard, back to you down in Ashdown, Arkansas. Are you still copying K9EOK W5KUB?
W5KUB, here's K9EOK. Yeah, you're moving in. Where was, I could barely hear the other station. Where was he located?
You know, I didn't write down the name of the town. He's up in Illinois.
Okay. Well, you know, he wasn't coming in really that great, but the band's not that great either. Yeah, I'll listen here, and like I said, you know, I got some satellite radios, and then I got high-freq radios down there at the Radio Shack, number 1. And I'm at number 2 now, so it's working good. I appreciate the report, the signal report, and I'll catch you later. This is K9EOK.
Okay, Richard, real fine. Richard, if you got the internet nearby, right now, if you go to W5KUB.com, we've got the show up just on a test basis. So we got the live stream up, and you'll be looking at the shack, and you'll be hearing yourself talk on the radio here. So we're just testing the stream today. We made some adjustments in the mixer, the audio mixer circuits after last night's show, and just got the stream up and running right now. So if you want to tune across there, you can watch all the contacts that we make here. 73 Jim, thanks a lot for joining us here. K9EOK. You guys are probably too close to each other. K9EOK, Richard, W5KUB.
W5KUB, K9EOK. Well, I'll tune in on that. That sounds really great. And we'll see you another time. This is K9EOK.
Okay, see you later, Richard. Anybody else want to join the group? This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo. Didn't hear anybody in there. Very little activity on the group there on Facebook. Okay, well, oh gee, I'm itching to get out there and put that extended double ZEP antenna up. See if I can't make my signal a little bit stronger. That's going to be interesting. It's a lot of antenna, but with more antenna, maybe more gain comes. You know, I had a tower and tri-band beams and all sorts of antennas for many, many years, and about 15 years ago I just took my tower down when we moved. I never put it back up. I've always used wire antennas. I can talk just about anywhere in the world, my wire antenna I want to, and I'm blessed here at this QTH. I've I've got an acre lot here, and I've got 100-foot trees just all around the house here. So it's easy to get a lot of wires up in the trees there. Back down to you, Coleman. K0, no, it's not a 0. K05Z. Boy, we didn't used to have calls like that when I was a novice. K05Z, W5KUB.
W5KUB, K05Z. I'm getting tongue-tied myself, Tom. Well, when I moved out here where I was at, at that time I had a 40-foot tire with a 5-band. The road there matted at the bottom with the drive shaft and all that fancy stuff. And I got into a situation with this little city where I'm living at now. It's a little town called Krugerville, about 900 people. They didn't understand ham radio, and they didn't want to take the time to figure it out, so they made it kind of rough on me. And I went, well, you know what, I don't need to do this. I really don't like climbing anymore. I think I'll just go with the ground mounted vertical. That's what, as I said earlier, that's what I have now. Although I am looking at using taking some ladder line and 67-foot of copper wiring, 41,000, and making one just to play with. Like you said, it's well, Midland is fun, so as soon as it kind of warms up a little bit, right now the wind's blowing about 13 miles an hour outside. I'd be out there working on it right now. So that's my next thing is to try to put that up and see if it helps my overseas. I can't really get into Europe like I want to. I've done it, but not to my satisfaction. And I get into Australia and Japan and China without a problem. But I just never have been able to get into Europe that easily. Now, I got a quick question for you, though, Tom. I know you've talked about this before, and I feel like an idiot asking you to repeat yourself. But if I want to send you a picture of my check, let you see what I'm looking at, how do I do it? I know you've talked about it, but anyway, I'm going to ask anyway. So, W5KUB, K05Z.
Okay, Cole, you talking about just a snapshot, a picture, or are you talking about video?
No, I'm talking about one like Katie describes every so often.
Yeah, just take a picture of it, and are you in our Facebook group?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I thought you were. What? I'm asking stupid questions. Well, look, just post it, Coleman. Just post that picture. Just attach it to a Facebook comment there, and put your call there, so we'll know whose station it is, and then give us a little description, you know, what the radios are, and you know, a little 1-sentence, 2-sentence thing about it. And what we'll do, we'll put that together with the show, and then Katie, we'll line the pictures up, and Katie will know what picture is which and what to say about it, and you know, kind of talk a little about it. So that's where you can do it. Just put it on our Facebook group.
Okay. I'm still trying to remember what you said. Not do that. No, did I not remember what you said? I remember you telling me to do it like you just described. So, wow. I guess I'm losing it over here in Texas. I guess there's something in the water. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna try to do that here pretty quick. So, you know, I'm like everybody else. I can brag about what I have. I guess that's the right word to use. I don't know. Anyway, I'll get off and let's see if anybody else is going to jump in here now. W5KUB, K05Z.
Okay, we got Fred on here, AB2BJ. He's in New Jersey. He says we're coming in about a 4x4. Fred, go ahead and join us if you can, if you want to. Give us a call there. And Coleman, you know, talking about the antennas, I've got a lot of wire antennas up. I've got fan dipoles up for 80, 40, 20. I've got single inverted V's up for, you know, 17, 15, 12. I've got my best antenna is actually a 40-meter delta loop, which has no tuner required, and it has just perfect SWR on 40 and 20 and higher bands, and it'll work all the bands above 40. But the antenna I'm putting up, that extended double ZEP, it's kind of long. It's if you we've talked about it on the show, but you know, a normal antenna on 40 is about 66 feet, I guess. This 40-meter doublet is going to be 180 feet long. It's going to somewhere around 170 feet long. It's going to be 86 feet 86 feet each side of center. So that's going to be pretty long, and it's going to be fed with a ladder line or open line outside down to a remote tuner at the base. And I don't hear a lot of Japan stuff from my QTH here. I hear mostly Europe and Africa booming in all the time. But it may be, I think you said you're using an in-fed antenna. I'm not sure. It may be just the directivity of that antenna. If you could move the end of it, you know, move it around, you know, 50, 60 degrees to a different point in the yard, you might start hearing other locations a little bit there. Let me see if Fred wants to join us. I'll stand by. Anybody who wants to join with us. This is W5 KUB.
K0FCL on the side.
K0SCL. Hello, how you doing?
Doing good, Tom. Yeah, we had a little chat yesterday. Tried to get on your show last night there. I was using my iPad and didn't know you had to have the Chrome thing going. Google Chrome, so we missed it. But it's in the archives. We'll get to it here today or maybe tonight. But anyway, you probably want to get back to the other guy. I got a couple questions on your antennas, so go ahead.
Yeah, hey, this is, I think it's Conrad I'm talking to. Is it FCL or SCL?
First class license. Florida, Canada, London.
Okay, yeah, okay, good, Conrad. Yeah, okay, no problem. And you don't have to, well, you don't have to have Chrome. I think any browser, of course, watches the show. I'm not sure about Google Hangout. I don't know if Google's proprietary and they want you to have Chrome. I'm not sure. But glad you tuned in last night. And I'm a little embarrassed. The audio was bad last night. I noticed right at the beginning of the show, the guest remote audio sounded real tinny. It sounded bad. I've had that problem before, and it ended up it was a cable and it was a matching problem between the cable and the audio mixers. So we fixed that a while ago. The webcast is up right now. If you go to w5kub.com, you'll see me and you talking to each other on the show right now. So we're just kind of testing right now. We got the audio fixed, so it should sound much better. What's your questions? Go ahead.
Okay, that was another question. Okay, I'm on your website now. Where do I go? Watch live, video and chat?
Yeah, just click on Watch Live, and you'll see the show, and in another little box that will be in there you can click on if you want to join the chat room. Over.
Okay, well, click here for chat room. Click on that, correct?
Yeah, just click on that and put your call in there and hit enter, and you'll be in the chat room.
Okay, we'll get that. I see where it's at there, what I need to do there. Okay, first question. Yesterday when, maybe it was just a chat room thing there that I didn't get to, but I saw other people down on the bottom of the top. I can't remember. I think this was after your show. And you had other people. I didn't know if you were using Skype or Facebook video somehow. What are you using to get other people on there? As you're doing your show, you can see other people on there. Over.
Yeah, we bring our other co-host in, and we also bring guests in on Skype, which works really well for us. We bring them in from everywhere. I brought my my astronaut friend in from Russia when he was over there with NASA, and it makes it look like you're on a show. Now, at the end of the show, every night at the end of the show, if we have time, we do what we call Hangout, and that's the Google Hangout, and that's where you saw the little postage stamp pictures across the bottom. We can have up to 10 people join in on the show at the same time. It's kind of like a little round table. We're sitting at the coffee table, and whenever a person talks, they go full screen, and then when someone else talks, they go full screen, and we just leave the show running, and people watch that. So it's a very informal part after the show is over. No special subject. We talk about everything on there, and that's kind of the way it goes. I guess you're getting a picture there probably right now, aren't you?
Well, I thought I had a password. I guess I didn't go that far. But it says nickname. I put my name in there. There's a little checkbox if I have a password. And then it says channel. It's got a pound sign and then your call with a little lock key to the left, right of it there. And below that it says start. Why don't you just click start?
Yeah. You don't need a password. Just put your call in there, or put your name and a dash in your call, or whatever you want to be called. You know, if you want to be called Billy Joe Bill Bob, just type Billy Joe Bill Bob in there and hit I don't know, start, whatever that button says, connect, join the room, whatever. That'll put you in a chat room. Now, are you getting the video right now?
No, I just clicked it, and no video yet. But it did bring up a bunch of people that are possibly on there. I see my name right below Captain Gumpy or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you should be getting video. The little video window should have taken off with video there. Hit the play button on the little video thing if it didn't start.
It says, I see you, Conrad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hit the little play button under your video window there. It should have started automatically.
I don't see a play button. A video window. What's that?
Well, are you? What are you on right now? Are you on a tablet or something, or are you on a computer?
I'm on a regular-sized computer. It's I'm not sure. It's I don't know, 20-some-inch screen.
Okay. Well, the site W5KUB takes you to a landing site. You know, it's got pictures of us, and you clicked on a button that says "Take me to video and chat." You clicked on that, and over on the left-hand side, you should be seeing a video window with the show. We should be live right now. You might check a couple of your screens. I don't know if your chat went full screen and covered or something happened.
Yeah, my chat is full screen. Digital addiction. Click that up top, maybe.
Just minimize it. If it's full screen, go up in the top right and click the little. You got a dash and a little box or something. Click that little box, and that should minimize it. You should be able to move that around, and probably behind here is your video. I don't know what happened there.
No, I did that. All that did make the screen smaller. Let me try something here. Anyway, I can play with this and find you guys there. But my question with the antennas, I believe it was Tom. God, I have to go back to Google. Yeah, I got your name right there. I heard you say you got a fan dipole. That's what I'm on now, Alpha Delta DXCC for 40 here. Well, it's 10 through 80. And I just bought a double bazooka for 40. And getting ready to put it up about the same place as the, a few feet, about 4 or 5 feet to the east of it, on the same pole there. And it's going to be the same height. And the legs will be the same height as the antenna I'm on now, the DXCC. What do you prefer? A single band antenna, or like a fan dipole, or is it just personal preference?
Well, Conrad, I actually prefer a resonant antenna, and that could come in a number of ways. For instance, when I said a fan dipole, it's kind of an inverted V, but I've got 3 legs on it. I've got an 80, 40, and 20, and each one of them are tuned to be resonant. So I can use that antenna with almost a perfect SWR and use it on 80, 40, or 20 meters. And then I have single band inverted V's up out there and cut for resonant and tuned to be resonant on like 15 meters, 17 meters, and 12 meters. But the antenna I use the most, and it is a powerful antenna, and it even has some gain to it. And it's just a homemade. All my antennas are homemade. It's a delta loop. I've used full wave loops, and I've used delta loops. A delta loop is a full wave loop, except it's a triangle and not a square. And my delta loop is standing vertically instead of laying horizontally. So my delta loop is pulled up. The triangle is like upside down, and the two corners are pulled up about 60 feet in the air. And they come down to the point at the bottom there, and it's about 20 feet off the ground, I guess. And I've got a 4-to-1 balun there, and that antenna is resonant, and it works great on 40. That's what I'm on right now. It works great on 40. It works great on 20, 15, 10, 6 meters without tuning. The SWRs is just great there. But to try to get a little bit better signal, and I've been talking about this on our show, I'm gonna start constructing maybe today a extended double ZEP. You might want to look it up. Extended double ZEP is on 40 meters is pretty long. You know, a 40 meter antenna, a 40 meter dipole on 40 is about 66 feet long. Well, this 40 meter antenna is 172 feet long, so it's 5/8 wavelength on each side of the center. It's fed with open line, and then I'm going to put a tuner outside at the feed point. So that's what we got on antennas. And man, if you just go to w5kub.com and click view video, your video page should come up there. K0FCL W5KUB.
KE9ND.
KE9ND joined us. Howdy. Name's Tom. We're near Memphis.
Anyway, that would be interesting. I'm still playing with it. Anyway, there's another station in there, Tom. We'll pass it to him, and we'll keep playing with this there. Go ahead. Was that Tom in there?
Yeah, this is Tom. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Tom. I heard you talking there. Just tuning around. Heard you talking. My name is Ken. No, the call is Kilo Echo 9. Notre Dame, KE9ND, and I'm in northwest Indiana. And I heard you talking about extended doubles up. I have one of those up right now, and that's what you're listening to is a 172-foot long EDS, EDZ.
Well, that's what I'm going to put up. I've got a pretty good sized lot to do it. The only thing is I want to run it north and south, and I only have 138 feet. North and south, so I'm gonna have to fold the ends over about, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 feet on the ends probably, but we're gonna give it a try.
Well, that's good. Yeah, mine is running north and south and east and west, so it makes the right angle there. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there, and I haven't had it up too long, just this winter. So I'm trying it out, see how it works. You know, it's supposed to give you like 3 dB gain or so. So mostly on 40, so that's why I put it up. Anyway, this is KE9ND.
Oh yeah, KE9ND W5KUB. Yeah, that's why I want to do it. I want to see if I can obtain that near 3 dB gain there on 40. I think that would be kind of cool to do. Have you noticed any difference on 40? Can you compare it with receive on, say, inverted V versus the extended antenna over?
Yeah, I had inverted V before, and this one is a little bit better on receive signals. Of course, you know, it's hard to tell unless you do an A/B test, but from the people I usually talk to, they're a little bit stronger. And, but yeah, it seems to work pretty well. So, you know, like I say, I wasn't able to do an A/B. I don't have enough room for that, but seems to work pretty well. I like it, and it works. You know what really surprised me was it's really efficient on 160 as well. I didn't think it would be. The fellow that lives about a quarter mile from me has a 160 dipole, and it's actually a doublet. And you know, he's feeding it with open wire feed like this one, and you know, when we compare signals, and they're virtually the same. So it really surprised me in that area.
Well, Ken, you got a terribly loud, strong signal. In fact, if you want to see and hear what you sound like, if you've got a computer there in a shack, just type in w5kub.com, and you will see me talking to you, and you will hear how strong you are. Let me see if let's see. Coleman's. I hope Coleman's still down in Texas down there. Conrad, did you ever get the video working? K0FCLW5KB.
No, Tom. I'm still playing with it. What I might do is just click out of the whole program and start from scratch, and so go that route and see what happens.
Well, yeah, I don't know why you're having that much trouble getting it there. Gee, you can probably well. There should be no reason you can't get it. If you go to w5kub.com and then click the button over that says Watch Live Video, that's how you get there. All right, very good. Hopefully you get in there in a minute. And Ken, great on. Thanks for giving me the news about the extended double ZEP. We're going to try to start building that probably today or tomorrow. I got all the parts out there in the shop. Let me see if Coleman down in Texas has been hearing any of you guys. KO5Z, W5KUB.
Yeah, W5KUB in a group, KO5Z. Yeah, I was hearing everybody. I was kind of like, I can't quite figure out what Conrad was doing wrong, because like he ought to be getting your signal or your picture, but I'm not going to sit here and second guess him because I can't see what he's doing. Yeah, I was sitting here soaking up the information on the antennas. I like you, Tom. I have an acre of land. And like I said, I'm getting the bug to play with the antennas, wire antennas. I'm kind of getting to the point. I was always one of those who's kind of a lazy ham in that I would use a tuner and just throw something up and cheat and get on the air. Well, I'm getting to where I'd rather run a resident antenna. But the one little hiccup in that mindset, that is the wife. Yeah, she's a ham, she's got her call and all that. But she does not view the antennas as being works apart. And so I have to be creative in how I put them up. And what I mean by that is I can't show the proof now. So, cause me to put my thinking cap on to figure out how I want to do it. Luckily, I have the trees in my property that I can get a wire up probably, I don't know, 35, 40 feet in the air. So, I'm going to try to swing that thing around. Like I told you earlier, I'm actually talking on a 5-band tap vertical right now. But I'm hoping the next time we chat, I'll be talking on that instead antenna. If I can make it work. I'm still in the test bit stage. So. I was interested in your Delta loop, though. I was kind of curious how you had to configure. You say you got the flat side up, the pointy side down. And I'm assuming you have that hanging from the trees. I don't know why you would if you had a 60-foot tree. That's like a waste of good wood if you're not. But anyway, turn it back and see what else might be in here and see what you got coming on that there, Tom. 55KUB, KO5Z.
Okay, KO5Z, W5KB. Yeah, it's just a triangle. You know, some people feed it with the apex at the very top. I like to flip mine over upside down, so the flat side's up on the very top, and I don't know, you know, probably the top is maybe, I don't know, 50 feet, maybe, probably, you know, each side, a rope over a limb, and pull the flat side up, and then it, you know, the two legs just come together down at the bottom, and I've got a 4-to-1 balun there, but the Delta loop is just, it's an outstanding antenna too. No tuning required on it. It's a good multi-band antenna. and I love it. But I'm trying for that extra 3 dB, so that's why I'm going with the extended double ZEP here. I'm going to see what that'll do. If I can pick up 3 dB here and 3 dB there, that'll be a considerable difference, you know, on the signal there. So let's see. Conrad's still trying to get his computer going. Let me turn it back to Ken in Northwest Indiana. KE9ND W5KUB.
Yeah, W5KUB. This is KE9ND. Okay, real good. Yeah, I pulled up your page there, and I can view you on the screen there, no problem. So yeah, very nice page there. Looks really good. And a little bit of a delay, but I don't know. Didn't count the seconds, but a few seconds. Right here's a Kenwood TS590S into Meritron ALADB with a single 3-500. So, and like I said, we're using twin lead to go to. It's actually the homebrew twin lead that I made, and it's going to the extended double ZEP. So, anyway, glad you're able to hear me down there, and. Hopefully I can talk to you once you get your antenna up and see what it sounds like. So anyway, I'll turn it back to you. This is KE9ND, Cherville, Indiana.
Okay, real fine, Ken. All right, well, you're on our page. You're on the W5KUB.com page. Ken, you may not be familiar with it. We've got a ham radio show every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central, and if you click on archives up there, I think we got 350 shows recorded. We have guests from around the world, and just, you know, some interesting things on the show all the time. Katie Allen is a co-host. Dave Kassler is a co-host. Martin F. Jew, the founder of MFJ, I've got him on the show now as a regular. And also another regular we have on the show is Riley Hollingsworth, who is retired special counsel to the FCC, and we have him on the show to answer anybody's questions about the FCC. He'll get answers for you and answer them on the show. So that's kind of cool. And as I mentioned earlier, you may have not heard it. I have an astronaut friend, astronaut Doug Wheelock, that's attends a lot with us. We stream shows like the Dayton Hamvention every year. In the last 5 years, Doug has joined us as a co-host up there. So we have a lot of fun on the show. We just had our show last night. Had a little audio tinniness problem. I fixed that today. That's why the webcast is up right now. But we invite you to join it. And hey, if you need more information on it, just check QRZ out, W5KUB, or if you're on Facebook and you've joined any ham radio groups, join group called W5KUB, and that'll keep you up to date on all that there. Conrad, did you ever find a picture? K0FCL W5KUB.
Yes, I did. It dawned on me what I was doing wrong. Remember me telling you I had to go to Chrome? I had to switch over to Chrome and go through Chrome to get your picture. Evidently on regular Google, the picture's not available. So, but anyway, I cannot figure out now how to get the chat room and the picture together. I got two windows coming up right here, and well, here you're listening to two different things right now. Me, and I hear the. I should turn my speakers off, but anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to get the chat room on one window and your picture all in the same window.
All right, Conrad, let me see if I can help you. Is the picture full screen, or is it smaller than full screen?
It's a small picture up in the upper left-hand corner, and right below it says click here for pop-out video, and off to the side it says note the chat will pop out. Refreshing the video will not affect the chat room.
Oh, okay, so you haven't popped the video out. That's okay. You're watching it kind of embedded. Now, the chat room is open. I see you in the chat room. Look down at the bottom, at the very bottom of your computer, the line across the bottom. You should see some little tabs down there. One of them is going to be the chat room. Probably click on that little tab down at the bottom, and that'll probably bring the chat room up on top of the screen here. Try that.
Okay, I clicked it, and I don't see no chat room. Let me try clicking it again. It says click here for free node to backup chat room.
No, we don't do that. I'm talking at the very bottom of your. Are you running Windows, a Windows operating system, on a PC?
Yeah, it's Windows. What is it? 7 Professional or Home or something like that.
Yeah, I'm talking about down at the very bottom, not on the page, but down at the very bottom. You know where you have your little start, your Windows Start button on the very bottom left. If you go across, you already have a little blue line right there. And you'll probably see a little button there that says W5KUB Live on it. Click that little button down there on that line, and that should bring the chat room back up on top.
Nope, all I got down there is my start button, the E for, I guess it's Windows, and then Google Chrome sign, and clear across to the other side is a little, the show hide icon button, and my speaker and signal strength on the computer.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what's happening there. Do this up at the top of the page. You're seeing the video page there. Up at the top, over on the top right, you'll see a dash and a little square. You'll see a dash and 2 little squares and an X. Click on the 2 little squares up there, and that should minimize that page and see if anything's behind it.
Oh, listen to me. I did that, and I minimized it, and it just made that window smaller, and the chat room is behind it. The chat room is behind it, but there's 2 windows that are like, I don't know, 8 inches square, side by side.
Well, yeah, what's happened, the chat room automatically pops out to a small size, about half screen. You can actually resize that chat room just by putting your mouse over the corner of the chat room and just dragging the corner in and out. You can resize the chat room, and you can click on the chat room and move it around on the screen. Now, you haven't popped out the video yet. You should be seeing a video over on the left side that's embedded in the show. But what a lot of people do, they'll click on pop out video. That makes the video larger. And they can resize it, and they can put it on half the screen. They can put the chat room on the other half the screen. Some people move the chat room over to a second monitor. So I don't know. It's just a lot of things you can do on the computer there. I think you found it. If you just click in that chat room area, it'll probably bring it up on top. It's probably getting covered up for some reason there. Ken, did you say a while ago you went to the site? Over. Yeah, KE9 ND W5KB. You still with us, Ken? All right, I think Ken left. Hey, go ahead and take it, Coleman, down there near Dallas. KO5Z W5KUB.
All right, this is KUB in the group KO5Z. Well, that's about all I got for today, really. I think I'm going to slip out here and go with you in my tea glass.
Yeah, I'm actually listening to you on the computer, so I'm probably a little bit late coming back to you. Let me see.
Like I said earlier, So, okay, yeah, I'm watching you on the computer. I had the volume turned down on the radio, and so I'm listening and watching on the computer. So it's very cool, very cool. I really like it. I wrote down your call in huge letters on my notepad here, so next time I'm on Facebook, I will join, and you keep me updated, I guess. So, there you have it, K9ND back with you. No, it's not that expensive a hobby. Well, she kind of rolls her eyes like, yeah, whatever you think, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here and let y'all have it back, and I'll try to catch y'all tomorrow or something if you're around. So 7-3 times the group, y'all have a good W5KUB. This is KO5Z.
All right, Coleman, KO5Z in the group W5KUB. Ken came on from Illinois, Indiana up here, and talked at the same time you were talking. He's watching and hearing the audio, so, but it is 30 seconds delayed, so it caused a little bit of an issue there. But anyway, okay, 73's Coleman. See you later. Glad to talk to you again today, and we'll keep posting in the Facebook group the frequency and when we all get on, so we all can get together. 73's, we'll see you later. KO5ZW5KUB. Let's see if anybody else is out there who wanted to join the group. This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo.
W5KUB, Whiskey Delta 9, Sugar Echo Fox, WD9FCF, Larry in northern Wisconsin.
Larry, northern Wisconsin. Boy, I'll tell you what, Larry's got a powerful signal. Larry, name's Tom. We're down near Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, hello, Tom. How you doing out there? And good afternoon to everybody. Again, call here is Whiskey Delta 9, Sugar Echo Fox or Sierra, whichever blend you want to use. Up here in northern Wisconsin, up by closer to Lake Superior.
Okay, Larry, you're man about 20 over 9 down here, sounding really good. I'm guessing up there near the lake you got some snow, haven't you?
Yeah, I just moved my 75-meter double bazooka. I'm getting text here. I moved that in the 160 today, and yeah, things are good. We got about 8 inches, maybe 9 inches on the ground.
Well, you guys are used to the snow, so, you know, you go out and it doesn't bother you. You move antennas and everything, but down here in the south, when we get a 1/4 inch, boy, I tell you, we panic down here. All the milk and bread's gone from the stores. Nobody can drive on it, and it's pretty bad down here, and we get about 1/4 inch. All right, gee, let's see. Ken, did you doubled a minute ago? I copied some of it. I didn't know if you were signing or not. Are you copying Larry? KE9ND W5KUB.
Yeah, sure am. Copying Larry up there in northern Wisconsin, no problem. I think we've talked before. This is Ken, KE9ND in northwest Indiana. So, yeah, I'm actually listening on the radio now, so I don't get that delay. So, but I still have you up on the computer here and watching. So, yeah, Larry has a nice strong signal. So. And so do you. You do too. You're banging in here and into Indiana as well. So anyway, back to you. It's K9ND.
Okay, KE9ND W5KUB. Well, I changed my picture up a little bit there, Ken. So you guys up north won't. So you know you won't feel alone up here. I don't know if you got the picture yet or not, but you see what's happening outside my window?
Yeah, I see. You got, oh my. Oh, now I do, yeah. Just like home.
Oh, yeah. That's making me feel cold, too. Actually, it's warming up. Boy, my thermometer's showing about 70 outside, so that's getting better. And I got to get out there and start working on that antenna real soon. I'm getting real anxious about trying to get it up. I'm going to have to try to, finagle around some tree limbs and stuff like that. It's not going to be easy, and I've got to get maximum distance, from side to side, and we'll get it one way or the other. let's see. Coleman signed out, and let's see. Let me shoot it down to Conrad. No, wait, he's gone. No, Conrad's back with us, I think. Conrad, you still in there? K0FCLW5KUB.
Yeah, I do, Tom. Thank you there. We got it going now. We got everything sized up the way it should be. And I'm looking at the picture. When you switch the picture, I noticed across the world map there in Africa, I'm getting snowflakes in there too, which makes me think that the wall has got snowflakes in it. And you also got, I don't know, is that the actual station that you're working, or have you got that, what do you want to call it, superimposed as well? Nope, I take that back. Nope, I'm still seeing the graininess in Africa there, but you got palm trees out there, so I was wrong.
Well, that's we're in a studio, and that's a green screen you're seeing. And Africa actually happens to be green on my map here, so that's why it's snowing in Africa.
Yeah, there you go. Now, how are you doing that? You're just superimposing that on something.
Well, that's a green screen. It's what we use on the show every week. We can put any picture back there at all, and it's kind of neat when my astronaut friend joins us here in the studio. We'll just put the space shuttle on in the background, and we act like we're floating around in the space shuttle.
Now that is slick. Just like the weather guys on TV got the blue screen behind them. That's pretty slick. That's cool. Yeah. Okay, bud. I'm going to jump out of here and let some other ones get in there. I'm sure they're wanting to get back with you there. So, good-looking station and the city behind you as well. And yes, Africa is green. We'll say 7-3s there to you, bud. K0FC. We'll be listening.
Okay, Conrad, 73, thanks for joining us. And hey, join us in on the show Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. We'd love to have you join us there. And we've got a great group of people that tune in and get in the chat room and talk to them. All right, let's see. Let's shoot it back to Larry up there in Wisconsin, WD9SXF, W5KUB. Larry, you still with us? Well, I guess Larry's gone. So, Ken, looks like you're the last one left. KE9ND, W5KUB.
Yeah, W5KUB, KE9ND. Yeah, I'm going to have to bug out here pretty soon, but I just want to ask you a question. Is that a RE320 that you're using?
Is it a what? I didn't catch that. Over.
The microphone, is that an RE320?
No, the one here I've got right now I'm using, it's a Heil, it's a PR10, little desk boom, it's a PR10. We normally use a lot of the PR35s, which is a professional microphone that a lot of pros use. Bob always tells me that the PR35 mics we use, Carrie Underwood and Charlie Daniels, and he names off everybody using them. I said, Bob, when you tell people that, put my name on there too. I use them too, you know. Over.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that must have been the predecessor to the PR40. All right. Well, sounds good. Yeah, I was just curious what it was. It sort of looked like, couldn't tell from here, but it kind of looked like a 320. But anyway, it sounds good, and sounds really nice looking station. And I'm going to have to tune in on Tuesday nights. Is that 8 Central Time?
Yeah, 8 Central Time every Tuesday night, W5KB.com, and love to have you. And I think we have 350 shows that are archived. They're all on our website. If you go under archives, the audio, I was disappointed in the audio last night on the show. All of our remote host and guests, the audio sounded tinny, and we had an audio problem. I fixed that just an hour or so ago. Hey, it happens sometimes. It's an amateur production for sure. But we'll be glad to have you there. Hey, join our Facebook group, W5KUB. And let's see, I think, well, let's see, I thought maybe somebody else on Facebook was wanting to join us. I don't see anybody, so I'll say 73s to you, Ken. Been good talking to you there. KE9ND, W5KUB.
I'll stand by, but I gotta take the dog out and a couple other things here too. So anyway, it was a pleasure talking with you, and look forward to it next time. So Tom 73 W5KUB. This is KE9ND. We'll see you later.
Okay, we'll see you, Ken 73, and join us Tuesdays 73. Anybody else want to join in on the group? This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo.
Whiskey 5 Golf Oscar.
W5 GGO, W5KUB. You're loud in Western Tennessee, Collierville, Tennessee, right outside of Memphis. The name's Tom.
Well, good afternoon or evening time there, Tom. The name here is Sid, Sierra India Delta Sid, short for Sydney, Australia. But anyway, I'm in Texas. We're about 20 or so miles kind of northeast of the Metro Mets area, better known as Dallas area. So I've been watching and on your videos, and I finally figured out where I could have the chat room and the video going at the same time. So because I cut you off there one time, so I'm still working on it there. Over.
Okay, real fine. Glad you got it figured out. It's actually not too hard there. We've got thousands of people that tune in every week and watch the show, and almost never have any issues with people. Things run pretty smooth now. We've made a lot of improvements to the show, and we're running basically we run a 720p HD video now. We got good equipment, we got good internet connections, and the show has just really taken off a lot over the last few years. We've been webcasting for about 17 years, but it's been ham radio, a ham fest like the Dayton Hamvention. We've been doing it for about 18 years now, and we actually give away a lot of prizes. We give away about $10,000 in prizes to our viewers. All you got to do is watch, and if we call your name, you win a prize. Like we've given away antenna analyzers, D-Star radios, mobile rigs, antennas, you name it, we give it away. And if you're on our website, W5KB, you can click on prizes up there, click on Dayton prizes, and you'll see some of the prizes that we gave away this year. But man, your signal is loud. I hear Texas great up here. You're about 20 over. W5GGO. I think there was another person in here trying to call in. Let's stand by a second and see who else is in there. This is W5KUB. Oh man, I think there were 2 or 3. Let's let me see if I can pull them out one by one. Somebody yell at me. What was that? One more time. Yeah, I heard an India something, Quebec maybe. I'll try one more time. I think that was KC8, India, Quebec, Sugar. Did I get that right? All right. What's your name and where are you located? Okay, I hear you in West Virginia. You're not real loud, but I copied you there. Let me see who the other station was. Somebody else trying to call us. Go ahead. Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo. Whoa, that one was weak. Try again. Anybody like to join? W5KUB. Oh oh man, I heard a Kilo Echo something, and somebody else very, very low down in the noise. I'm gonna, we'll try to pick you guys back up again in a minute. Maybe the conditions will get just a little bit better. So, Sid, back down to you there in Dallas, W5GGO, W5KUB.
Okay, Tom, W5GGO returning. Actually, I'm about 20 miles northeast of Dallas. I just, it's a big city, so everybody knows Dallas. but I'm a little place called Wiley, Texas. I just moved here about a year and a half ago. My grandkids about 20 minutes away, so we were living up there in the northern part of Texas, there, Wichita Falls, Texas. So we moved to get a little closer to the grandkids, enjoy the grandkids before they get too old and don't want to have nothing to do with Peepaw and Nanny. They're over.
All right. Well, I know about where you are, Wichita Falls. I spent a year in the Air Force. I lived in Wichita Falls there in the Air Force, about 1970, I guess. Over.
Oh, okay. Well, 1970. Well, let's see. You might have a couple of years on me there. I graduated high school in 1970, but a couple of years after that, I was just a little bit north of you. I was at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, in 72. So you was at Shepherd Air Force Base, and my last few years there, after I retired from the Army, I was a letter carrier for the post office, and I done all the housing area on Shepherd Air Force Base. I'm sure that's where you was located there on Shepherd for 1 year there, right?
Yeah, I was there at Shepherd. Yeah, and hey, I spent 2 weeks. In the mountains out there at Fort Sill. Let's see, this is probably about 1970 or 71. I spent 2 weeks in the hills and the mountains on the range out there at Fort Sill. I was in the Air Force in a survival school, and it was winter time. And when we got there, let's see, the chill factor was about 20 below zero. When we got there, everything was covered with ice. We couldn't even make a fire for 3 or 4 days. And I slept out there in the mountains there at Fort Sill for about 2 weeks in a parachute. Over.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, now you bring back a lot of bad memories, that's for sure there, Tom. Shame on you, because I spent many nights there. I was just a PFC at the time, and I remember many nights there driving the little young lieutenants up and around the mountains there on top of the hills there, and they were the fire control guys for all them artillery units out there, and I was just a drive them guys around, and all I done was try to stay warm, and the hawk was blowing.
Well, to speak of the artillery, you guys were shooting artillery over us. Of course, we were safe. We were underneath the fire, actually. So, yeah, I lived 2 weeks in a parachute with ice all around and 20 below. I think I slept 2 nights in a foxhole. Yeah, I was down in a hole for about 2 days. But, hey, the first night, boy, we put that parachute up on a tree limb, and first night that sucker fell in on us. Man, I tell you, that was just discouraging.
I can understand that. I never slept under a parachute, but we had them. I can't remember the name of them tent. A 2-man tent. We only carried a half. That's the way the Army did it. You had a half a tent, and you had to have your buddy there. He had the other half, so you button them together. That's what we slept under.
Yeah, I've spent a couple days in a 2-man tent, and you're right. You only carry half of it, and I guess you got to always take an even number of people with you if you want to sleep under a tent. Boy, I tell you, that wasn't very big. And actually, the first before we got there to the survival school, we stopped at another place, and we did sleep in those 2-man tents for about I think 2 days or 2 nights, and it was cold. And somebody had a little Sterno, you know these little Sterno cans you light to heat food up? They had one in their tent. It actually burned a hole through their sleeping bag at night around their behind. And when it came out that morning, there was feathers or something everywhere. I was in the 4th Mob for 2 years, and we played Army actually for 2 years, and would be called in the middle of the night to go somewhere to set up an air base somewhere, you know, anywhere in the world. And yeah, I've been down around Fort Hood, and I've driven in convoys many times, and I've driven the deuce and a halves many times. And when we'd get out there, boy, we'd all skirmish to try to find a deuce and a half that had a heater in it, because a lot of them didn't have heaters.
Well, no, I don't recall, but I remember back in the summertime there at Fort Sill, there, right there, I was in 3 Corps Artillery. I was a telephone field wireman, and but I remember convoy that one day we convoyed out of Fort Sill, right there, right by our barracks, there, right by the bank. There was a bank there that had the temperature, and that day we left out, it was 113 degrees.
Yeah, that's about opposite what it was when I was up here. Wow. You know, sea rations, yeah, I mean, that's what we ate. When we would go out on deployment, we ate the sea rations, come in a little box, and, you know, hey, those sea rations, they were really designed well. You got 4 sheets of toilet paper, you got your little box of Camel or Chesterfield cigarettes, you got 4 cigarettes, but I guess my favorite was the little round peanut butter can. You know, it had some peanut butter and 4 crackers in it. Now, I always got a hold of spaghetti, and I didn't like the spaghetti, and when you heat that stuff up in that can, that spaghetti would rise up like a piston. Did you ever do that?
I don't remember the spaghetti in particular, but I can't remember. I was kind of a picky eater growing up. My mother always got mad at me because I wouldn't eat certain things, but when you was eating sea rations, and that's all you had to eat. You know, you couldn't be that picky. So, but I do remember you know, that I do remember the 4 or 5 cigarette packs that they come with, and man, I can't even believe something like that nowadays. Oh, with the military issuing you cigarettes, but that was the hottest trade item in my group that we had. Was the cigarettes. Newports, Camels, and Winstons. Man, that was a hot trading item.
Oh yeah, I was a picky eater too. Yeah, oh yeah. We had the Winstons, we had the Chesterfields. You know, all those guys are gone now, I guess. I don't know. I never smoked in my life, but yeah, you got this little bitty box with four cigarettes in it. And like I said, I think 4 sheets of toilet paper or something like that. And I don't know. I did like the peanut butter. In fact, when I was down in that foxhole, that couple of days and nights I spent in that foxhole, we actually tried to dig it a little deeper, and we found a can of peanut butter and crackers down in there that I guess somebody before us had left, and we even ate it.
Oh Lord, that's funny. Yeah, that you know what, you peanut butter and cracker, you pretty much, you can't mess up a peanut butter and cracker. It's pretty good anytime.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's see if anybody else wants to join us here. This is W5 KUB. AC0UV out, I think, in Colorado. Howdy.
Afternoon. Afternoon, Tom. Afternoon, everybody else that's on here. Sorry I missed the show last night. I got it prompted to watch tonight, QFF.
Okay, real fine. Well, you know, I'm disappointed last night in the show. Right when we started the ham show up, I noticed the audio sounded funny on our remote guest, and we had an audio issue. I brought the stream up just a while ago. The stream is up right now on W5KUB.com if you want to look and see yourself talking to me here. But we repaired the audio issue, so it'll be okay next week. And Sid, you probably are not familiar with this, but we've got a ham radio show called Amateur Radio Roundtable every Tuesday night on W5KUB, and just invite you to join us sometime.
Yeah, okay, Tom. I'm sure there's a link there on your QRZ page, right?
Well, yeah, the QRZ page will give you a lot of history about the show. It's just W5KUB.com is the address, and we got both video and a chat room there, and we have guests from around the world on the show. And we have people who can call in on the telephone and talk. Again, the chat room, a lot of cool things. We've got, I think we have some good co-hosts on. Katie Allen is with us. Dave Kassler is with us. You may know Martin F. Jew. He's the founder of MFJ. He's joined our show now. And so has Riley Hollingsworth. Riley Hollingsworth is retired special counsel to the FCC. He's on our show now, and he'll answer anybody's FCC questions. So I think we got a good lineup there. Just check us out on QRZ, and it'll give you more information about the show. Over.
Okay, I did see a little bit there with the pictures there of the lady you mentioned and the astronaut there, and yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I sure will, Tom. And on Tuesday night, so I think you're one hour ahead of us there. So what is the time frame on Tuesday night there, Tom?
Well, we're on Central Time. I think same time you're on. It'd be 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're okay. If you're on Central. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're on the western side of Tennessee. But yeah, I would definitely enjoy this. I won't have to mark that on my cell phone and give me alert. So I'll definitely do that, Tom, and check it out. So do appreciate the invite. But anyway, Tom, I know there's a lot of other stations there getting back with you, and I just got a text here I need to respond to, and but do appreciate it. Enjoyed the reminiscing about her back in the military days and eating our sea rations. Anyway, take care. God bless. My pleasure, Tom. W5GGO.
Yeah, okay. Real fine, Sid. W5GGO, W5KUB. Yeah, I like talking with people that kind of go back to my time frame. I'm getting old here, guy. I think I'm probably 3 or 4 years older than you. Probably. I'll be turning 70 next month, so getting pretty old here. But it's hard to believe that it's been almost 50 years since I was back here in that survival school there in those mountains out there at Fort Sill. 73, we'll see you later. W5GGO, W5KUB.
Aloha, Tom. W5GGO. I said, the reason I said aloha, it's a couple of years there in Hawaii, and I was there in my military days. But anyway, aloha.
Well, I'd have to say it to you in Korean, but you probably wouldn't understand it. 73, see you later. Anybody else want to join in the group? This is the Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo.
WD4DNE, Whiskey Delta 4 Delta November Echo.
WD4DNE, W5KUB. Name's Tom. We're in Collierville, Tennessee. Who am I talking to?
Not too far away, Tom. This is Cecil, Charlie Echo, Charlie India Lima, up here across the Tennessee line in Bristol, Virginia, off of 81 here.
Okay, Cecil, real fine. Got a good signal in here. coming in from Virginia. I got a phone. Let me stand by a second. I'll be back with you in a minute.
WD4DNA, we're
Hello?
on QS Live. Touch
Hello?
base with you there.
I'm talking to radio. I'm talking to radio. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, okay, cool. How's things going? Good. Maybe. How was that? Well, that's pretty good. You know, managers hate to give a 5 to everybody. You know, it's just. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Well, I hope so. Yeah. Well, you know, with the economy going good along, maybe in a few months they may decide to do some hiring. You know. Well, who knows? Yeah, we gotta just have some fastest, but you know, I'm looking at people like Steve and Freddie. There's so many contract jobs out there that they're just jumping on. I think you're fairly safe as far as employment. You know, I mean, even if they let you go or something, I think you can find another job pretty easy with your degrees now and your certifications and everything. You know, and your views. So I think you're in pretty good shape. You know, for the workforce. So that'd be good. Hey, next few years things will get a lot better for you, I'm sure. Who will? Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, I know. Right. Well, maybe if they make an offer at some point, maybe they'll make an offer at some point that'll kind of get you back up in line, you know. It'll help, I'm sure. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. Yep. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Are y'all doing okay? Everything else okay? You hadn't sold your truck yet? Oh, really? Well,
This is K0FCL. Would someone like to pick it up while he's on the phone so we don't lose the frequency?
yeah.
K0FCL.
Look, I'm gonna group here about 10 people all talking. Okay. So when we get back to them there.
That's correct. We are 12
Thanks for
miles
calling.
north of
All right, we'll see.
Eureka out here in the country. Over.
Yeah, Roger, I'm out here in Aggie, Colorado, a little bit west of Lyman, QSF.
Oh yeah. We've been through Lyman lots of times. There, going out there to Denver, and well, usually it's up to Estes Park. There, I believe it's Ron. Is that correct?
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah. Well, name's here's Conrad, and but anyway, I saw he was on the phone, and someone was calling CQ. So I thought I would jump in here and keep the frequency busy, so no one would try to take it over. Anyway, I see Tom's back. He's off the phone there, so I'll get on the side. I think I'll take a little break here. I'll keep everything running. I want to go in there and shave. I'm looking pretty woolly. At least I was told so. So anyway, I'll get on the side here, and Ron, have a good one there. Hope the weather's good out there for you. We've had a high so far of 57. probably going to be it for the day. It's getting past that time of the day where it's going to start going back down. 7-3, K0FCL.
All right, Conrad, 7-3s, my friend. Talk to you later. 8-0 UV. Take off,
All right, let me get a text out. Let's see, we're on 7178. Let me shoot that out to Walter, see if Walter wants to join us. Might round him up. Okay, yeah, that was my son calling. He's just getting off work, and thought I'd talk with you for a couple minutes. Let's see. Oh man, let's see. I don't think it's sent. Yeah, it's sent it. Okay. All right. Well, man, we've had quite a group here today. Let's see. We had about 11 people join the group today. So that's pretty impressive today. This early, you know, most people are off at work. I guess just a few of us that are lucky enough to be home today.
I'm always home.
Yeah, was there anybody else out there trying to join us? This is W5KUB.
Hello, Tom, N3JTN, Larry up in Maryland.
Larry, N3JTN, W5KUB. Larry, you copying everybody, or you hearing us okay?
Yeah, I just went across Facebook and I seen you all on this frequency. Not really strong, but I can hear you. Tom, what frequency are you on? You on the 991?
No, I've got a 991A here. But I'm on a 73 ICOM 7300 right now. Over.
Yeah, alrighty. I've got a 991A also, and I haven't hooked it up to HF antenna yet. It's been on the 2-meter 440 band and 6 meters, but I'm on a Frame-Com 2000 right now, a Yaesu 2000. One of these days I'll get the hook to 991 up and give it a try on HF.
I use mine a little bit. I've had it about a year. You know, nice radio. It's a little smaller than this 7300. The display's smaller too. I don't know. I was just getting bored with ham radio after 54 years, and I wanted to kind of, you know, get excited about it again. So I just bought me a 7300 here. Now I've got a Kenwood, an ICOM, and a Yaesu sitting here all next to each other. So I've got backup for the backup. Over.
Yeah, I've been in the damn 26 meters, and sometimes you want to walk away and then come back. So I don't know, just hang in there and find something to do every day differently on the radio, and it'll take away that notion about, you know, getting bored with it.
Well, I tell you, you know, at my age, you know, almost 70 now, boy, I just don't have the energy anymore. I don't feel like doing a lot of things. And, you know, the show, our live ham show that we have every Tuesday night, it takes about 2.5 days of planning to get the show ready and get it done on Tuesday nights. But we've started getting the group together, people that watch the show and so forth. We're starting to get a group of them that get on here on HF in the afternoons and talk now. So it's made my interest come back in the HF side. So you know, I'm getting more active now. Let me shoot it out to, let's see, boy, let's see. Hey, let's send it back down to Cecil down in Bristol, Virginia. See if he's copying. WD4DNE W5KUB.
Now, W5KUB, what was it? Yeah, WD4DNE, Cecil. Interesting. I was reading your webpage here on QRZ, and that's very interesting. You're only getting back into it a few years ago, and then you really got your feet wet, I guess. But, hey, you're doing a real nice job. You got a nice website. I'll try to hook in here on Tuesday night and see what's going on. Over.
Okay, we would love to have you, and we try to do a lot of different interesting things, different interesting topics, and if you went to the QRZ site and checked W5KB, you saw some of the things we did. One of the big deals we did is when we took our show out to Hollywood to the stage of Last Man Standing, and I met Tim Allen and was able to break the news on our show that he got his license. Over.
That's cool. He's one of the good guys, in my opinion. But funny shows and stuff. That's pretty good. I was in ham radio back from 1975, 76. Active there for a little while. Then I got out of active. Then I got into active again. And ended up 5 years down the country of Venezuela and operated down there the portable YV4. And that was an interesting time of our life. And aluminum can end industry. I was involved in that little end on top of your can where you pull the tab over for your drink, and that was part of my time. Hey, by the way, Tom, I wanted to encourage you a little bit. You're not getting old. You're just at 70, and I remember when I was 70. It's been a while back. I'll be 83 this July.
Well, you don't talk like you're 83, so I guess there's some hope there. Man, I tell you, I can remember talking to my doctor, 10, 15 years ago, and I said, Doc, I feel bad, and I've got, he says, well, that's what this age feels like, and I thought, gee whiz. Anyway, hey, everything's okay, doing good, no serious issues or anything like that. Cool. I'm operating in Venezuela. I retired from FedEx, and I managed FedEx's international telecommunications for 34 years, and I had people that worked for me just about in every country, techs that kept our networks running, and in Europe and Asia. But the last 10 years or so, I spent in South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, and made many trips into Venezuela, mostly Caracas there, and it's a pretty bad place, really, and it's really gotten bad there now. So I'm glad you're not down there now, Cecil.
Yeah, it makes it pretty sad to see what's going on now. We were there during some of the good years from 82, 83 up the end of 87, so we were there for 5 years, so 82 I guess I first went down. Actually went down the fall of 81, but anyway, it was very nice. We had some good times with people. There were a bunch of Americans down there, and we had American families we played around with, vacationed with, went to church with them, and we met a lot of Venezuelans there in the plant. Just super nice people. And we had one little scare, if you remember back when England was concerned about the Falkland Islands, and at that time Venezuela called them Las Malvinas, and they told us brought us into the plant and said, hey, get your visas ready to get your passport ready, get your solvency. You had to be solvent with the government before you could leave out, and get everything ready, because we don't know what's going to happen. And there'd be signs on the wall, Yankee go home, stuff like that. But it boiled over there pretty quick. But that was the biggest scare we had, I guess, when we was down there. But we enjoyed it very much. Learned to speak the language, and I do a little bit of Spanish ministry online now, and with a group called Global Media Outreach, which is kind of fun to do. But you have to help me keep up some of my Spanish there, Tom.
Okay, fine business there on the outreach there, and great job, and great service that you're doing there, Cecil. And I mean, it was getting so bad, even 10 years ago. I even brought one of our techs, one of my best techs in Venezuela. I brought him to the U.S. To get him out of the country, and he and his wife and daughter now they're all citizens in the U.S. now. So that was a good move for him. Of course, he still has mother and family down there, and every week they're sending food and money down there to him, because as you know today, people just there's almost no food down here for the people down here. Well, very good. Let me turn it over to Ron. I know Ron's still in there out in Colorado. AC0 UV W5 KUB.
W5 KUB in the group, AC0 UV. Well, I gotta get moving here. My granddaughter's coming over today to do laundry. She should be over here probably about a half an hour or so. Nice talking to you. I'm gonna watch this video later tonight of the show. That way at least I won't miss it. So, 7-3 from Aggie, Colorado. It's AC0 UV. I'll catch you later, Tom.
Okay, again, I apologize for the video last night. The remote guest video was tinny. It was tinny. I think it didn't sound very good. It's okay. You can hear it and everything, but we've corrected that problem. Everything's back up 100% now. 73 Ron, thanks a lot for joining us. Let's see if let's see, who's it go back up to? Let's see, everybody else is gone. I'll send it back up to Larry. N3 JTN W5 KUB.
Oh, thank you, Tom. You said you'd get ready to hit 70. I turned 70 back in December the 8th, last month. So I know what you mean. I know how you feel that I don't want to do anything anymore. I'm in that spell too. I don't know why, but my wife passed away in October, and I had a couple close friends pass away in November, and then my mom passed away, 88 years old, in December the 17th. So I just don't feel like doing anything anymore.
Well, Larry, just hang in there. I know what you mean. I lost my mom it's been over a year. She was 90. Actually, she was just a few days short of her 90th birthday, and I've lost both my mom and dad. But hang in there. Actually, I lost a daughter. I lost a 29-year-old daughter about 13 years ago with colon cancer. And it's very unusual for a girl, a female, to get colon cancer at that young age. But they caught it too late, and she had it probably about 2.5 years, and we lost her. But life goes on. Try to enjoy ham radio there and get some energy. I'm trying to get more energy here myself and work on more things. I'm gonna be working on some antennas, and I tell you, I don't feel old. I don't feel that old. Actually, I do feel a little old, but I don't feel as old as that number is. But I know that number is starting to creep up, pretty fast, and it's not much we can do about it. All right, let me send it back down to down to Cecil down here. Cecil, you still around? WD4DNE W5 KUB.
WD4DNE, yeah, I'm still here listening, and I couldn't hear you, buddy, up there in Colorado. Just barely way back in there, but the next gentleman there, Larry, I got a little bit of him. But that's very interesting. I was going to mention to you also about the conditions there in Venezuela are so bad. I mean, there's a lot of times they didn't have milk, they couldn't get bread, they couldn't get toilet paper. They couldn't get bare essentials, and it was really bad. One of my best friends I had, a co-worker there in the plant, he was Venezuelan, had come up to Georgia Tech, graduated with an engineering degree, came back down and spent his working career down there, did real well. And he and his wife and son are up here now in New Jersey. He's still got a house down there and all that stuff. A lot of them did come out. And there's still some serious stuff going on down there. And we pray for them. We pray that this thing will work out and get the people straightened out and get together and not being so greedy. We saw some of that while we were there for sure. But anyway, Tom, I'm going to bow out. Thanks a lot for being there. Nice contact. And I did put you on QRZ there to go in and confirm. But that's all right. I looked up to see where you were there in Tennessee. You're pretty far away from me. I'm on Interstate 81. over on the northeast side of Tennessee, and we're right across the road from the racetrack down there. It's down maybe 20 minutes from my house. Bristol NASCAR racetrack. Oh, I think 7-3. You and Larry there, and maybe we'll catch you again here later, and I'll try you here on Tuesday night. Check you out, see what's going on. That's K. 95. KUB, WD40. Thanks a lot, Tom. 73.
Okay, Cecil, 73 to you, and I need to get out of here myself in a minute, take a break, and been on here quite a while this afternoon. But 73, and we'll see you later. Let me take one more standby here to see if anybody else wants to join the group. Call now. This is Whiskey 5, Kilo Uniform Bravo.
KD9JUM standing by.
KD9JUM, W5KUB. Name's Tom, and we're right outside of Memphis, Tennessee. Over.
Oh, hello, Memphis. My name is Tom also. I'm up in Woodstock, Illinois. Over.
Yeah, what was that city in Illinois?
Woodstock. Over.
Oh, okay, Woodstock. Yeah, okay, gotcha. You got a pretty good signal in here, Tom. How you doing today?
Well, I was outside trying to do some work, but I gotta dig a post hole. The ground was just plain too solid. I couldn't hardly scratch it. I came in here and sat on at the radio. When I get some ambition up, I gotta go out and split some wood. Over.
Well, boy, it's too bad your ground is frozen there, but you're going to have to wait. That's like concrete, man, when you try to dig in it. They tell me firewood. Now, I haven't burned any firewood in my fireplace in a long time. I've got gas fireplace now, and I prefer that due to allergies and different things. But they tell me that you get heat from firewood 2 times, when you split it and when you burn it. Over. Yeah.
I just have a dipole here, and I think it picks up more noise than it should, but it's what I got. Over.
Okay, you came back up. You faded just a minute. You probably didn't hear me. I hear that firewood puts out the heat. It puts out heat 2 times. Once when you split it, and once when you burn it. Over.
Hey, that's an affirmative, especially on the splitting end. Actually, it's very beneficial. We have a fireplace insert. It's like a stove, and it's very efficient with a blower, and I really can get a lot of heat out of the thing. Over.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with the inserts with the blowers. That's really nice, and that will put that heat back in your house. I've converted to gas fireplaces here in my last couple homes. It keeps me from having to deal with wood, and also we have allergies. A lot of times the smoke and stuff bothers us, and if I think the vent-free fireplace, that's the one you can even leave the damper closed and run the gas. It's safe, and you can get some heat there. But a lot of heat used to go out the chimney, so. But yeah, hey, that insert's good. That'll help bring that heat into the house. Over.
WA5 SSB. Roger that.
Yeah, stand by, SSB.
Years ago, and I've been very happy with it. Another thing I like is the safety part of it. But we got a door on it that closes tight, so when I go to bed at night, I don't worry about it. Contact, please. Loose or anything. Over.
Okay, all right, there's somebody else trying to join here, SSB, I think. Go ahead, this is W5KUB.
Roger, we'll hold you for a second. It's Whiskey Alpha 5, Sierra Bravo. That is Sierra Bravo, SSB. Located in Waller, Texas, just outside Houston. And just want to do a quick check here. I just been outside doing some work on the antenna, and I just got it tapped off here for matching purposes. And supposedly this is about the lowest SWR I'm going to get with the matching I'm using. I'm just, if you don't mind, could you give me a signal report? I'm running about 100 watts.
Well, you're doing real good. You're running about 10 over S9 here in the Memphis, Tennessee area.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The person that you're talking to, I don't copy very well, but I'll say hello to him as well. And thanks for letting me get in here. I appreciate it. It tells me I'm on the ballpark. Thank you very much. The B5SSB is clear.
Okay, 73, and good signal from Texas. Let's see, Tom. Yeah, I'm very familiar with your fireplace there, and you're right. You can close that door and don't have to worry about any embers jumping out in the floor at night.
I'm going to go clear here. Let somebody else have a chance to speak. KD9JUM, Tom, I'm clear.
All right, 73, Tom, KD9JUM, 73. We'll see you later. And Larry, are you still copying up there? Over. N3JTNW5, KUB. Larry, I'm not sure if I'm copying N3JTNW5, KUB. Okay, I guess Larry is faded out there. Anybody else want to join us? This is Whiskey 5, Kilo Uniform Bravo.
Kilowatt Charlie 9, Kilowatt United Hotel.
All right, I heard KC9 KUH. There's one more in there. Let me pick the other station up. Go ahead. Oh boy, you're weak. K0 Victor or something, VCU or something, I think. Try one more time.
K0 Victor Papa, Vice President. Victor Papa, name is Ken, and Paulville, North Carolina, over.
Okay, Ken, where in North Carolina are you? Oh boy, we're getting some interference. Ken, where in North Carolina are you? Over. Okay, boy, we got some QRM. It's really wiping you out, Ken. We have a home over in western North Carolina. They're near Tuckasegee. Don't know if you know where that is. It's south of Cullowhee. If you don't know where that is, that's south of Silva. But anyway, we have a home over there. Let me go back to the KUH, KC9 KUH, W5 KUB, and I forgot the name here. Over.
Yeah, W5 KUB, Kilowatt Charlie 9, Kilowatt United Hotel. Yeah, the name's Brian. Yeah, see, I'll flip on my amplifier, see if we can knock some of that noise out of there, Tom. Over.
Well, you did. You're running about 20 over down here.
Okay, well, just running about 900, give or take some change there. So, sounded good up here today on 40 meters. Nice, looks like about a 5 and 9, 5 and 7 signal up here.
Well, you're coming in really loud from Indiana. I'm impressed on how strong a lot of the signals have been today, particularly from Texas and now you up to the north there. Man, I was thinking about getting off here in just a minute, but people keep checking in here with us, and we'll stick around as long as we got people to talk to, I guess. Did you find us on our Facebook group, or you just tune across us today?
Yeah, I eventually found out on the Facebook group. I was in the chat, my cell phone went dead, but
Well, we found you there, and I figured I'd key up in here and at least say hello, and at least say you're making a trip here into Indiana up north. Over.
Okay, I need to look in the chat room. I haven't been looking at it in the last 30 minutes, so it might be something going on here. I've just kind of been watching Facebook. Let's see. Okay, cool. I see people are chatting here in the chat room. Very good. All right. Let me see if I can pick Ken back up in North Carolina, see if I can copy him any better now. K0VP, are you copying W5KUB?
Contact.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Kilo Zero Alpha Papa Tango. Just a comment on your QRM. 3 Yankee 0 Zulu, the island of Bouvet, the D-Expedition is 2 kilohertz off from you guys on 180. That's probably where some of your QR Mary's coming from, over.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, we're probably going to be ending our QSOs here in just a few minutes anyway. So, I don't know. I might even tune up here in a little while and see if I can hear him. Thanks for the information there. Ken in North Carolina, are you there? K0VP, W5KUB. All right, Ken, you're too weak. You're too weak to copy. Let me shoot back up to Brian, and then I probably will get out of here. KC9KUH, W5KUB.
W5KUB, KC9KUH. Yeah, Tom, well, I didn't know the Bouvet Island. I thought they just got on the island. I didn't think they were setting up until about tomorrow. So, well, it's good to hear they got on the island and got there safely. I know I'll be trying to work them, and I'm sure a lot of other people will also too. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I may go up there and listen for them. I don't know. I've been kind of following them on the Facebook. I wasn't sure when they were going to become active there. But boy, you got a powerful signal. I've never heard a signal so loud, Brian. Sounds good there. I'm going to get off here, take a break, and I'll see you guys later. If we get back on, we'll post it in the Facebook group here. KC9KUH, this is W5KUB.
Well, thanks for the contact. You're hearing the Drake L4B and the Kenwood 2000. That's what I normally run. That's what was in the shack photo. So that's what you're hearing on your end. So 73 from Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo United Hotel.
All right, Brian, 73 sounds good there. And somebody else yelled. Who was that?
Yeah, Tom, this is Alpha Fox 4, Mike. The name is Mickey. Over here just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Just wanted to tell you, man, I've been listening for several minutes. And your signal has not varied very much off of 20 over S9 over here in Georgia. Again, the name is Mickey, as in Mickey Mouse.
Well, Mickey, you are about 20 over also here. Man, you know, I'm not running a whole lot of power. I'm running a little AL80B here, probably about 800, 900 watts, probably peak. The antenna is a good antenna. It's a 40-meter delta loop, and it really performs better than any inverted V I've got up or other antenna. I think that's helping a whole lot. I'm going to be building this week. I'm going to be building a extended double ZEP for 40 meters. You know, a 40-meter antenna is about 66 feet long. The extended double ZEP 40-meter antenna is 172 feet long. It's got 2 5/8 wavelength on each side of the center, and it's supposed to give me about 3 dB gain. So I'm very interested to see how that antenna will perform and help my signal. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, well, good luck with that. I think you'll probably pull it off. Been looking at your website. Very impressive. Very impressive, Tom. And I'm not going to hold you. I had that. When you said you were going to get out of there, I said, I've got to holler and say, hey, I was born and raised in Memphis. And so you're just right outside the city limits over there in Collierville. So it's good to hear you. Real good to hear you. I've actually got your page bookmarked and everything now. So maybe we'll be catching up with you here before long. Again, I'll let you run, and was just had to say hi, Tom. And you're doing a great job, very professional. I can see now why you're running why you got a talk show going on, because proof's in the pudding, Tom. That's the way you look at it. And I'm getting some RF in the shack here all of a sudden. But anyhow, you take care. Best 7-3 from over here just outside of Atlanta, a little town called Eatonton, Eatonton. A wide spot in the road over here between Atlanta and Augusta. 7-3, Tom. Thanks for taking the call and returning to the call. And look forward to catching you down the line. W5KUB 73, Alpha Fox 4, Mickey Mouse.
Okay, AF4ML W5KUB. Well, Mickey, you're running 25 over, solid. What a signal. It's unbelievable. You're doing a great job there. And hey, glad you checked out the QRZ site. It's not real professional, but it's got a lot of information there. We do have a Tuesday night ham radio show every Tuesday night. It's been on now for about 3 years. And we have viewers from around the world join. We've got a great group of co-hosts on there, and we try to do just interesting things, and we try to do things first before other people do it. One example, and I don't remember if I got it in QRZ or not, but the Heard Island, the expedition, we planned a year in advance with them to bring them into our Tuesday night show 3 Tuesdays in a row. And we brought Heard Island, the expedition, into our show on Tuesday nights, and we had them go outside the tent, and we could see the penguins and we could see the volcano in the background. So that was interesting. You know, we made our trip to Hollywood out there with Tim Allen, and just a lot of other things. My astronaut friend Doug Wheelock has joined us, and join us on Tuesday nights there. AF4MM W5KUB.
Yeah, Roger. Well, again, thank you, Tom. And again, checking out your page. Anybody that's met Tim Allen is a pretty cool dude. So there you go. That's 3, Tom. Thanks, buddy, and y'all have a good one over that way. AF4MM.
All right, 73, Mickey.
Hello, Tom. W5MEU.
W5MEU. Boy, I was about to give up on you. You about number 15. Over.
Number 15. Only 15 people showed up today. Wow, that's not bad at all, man. Yeah, I'm just. I've been playing around down there on 20 meter, and the wife is home from work today, so we've been running around and getting some stuff done and getting stuff arranged to send this amplifier back to MFJ. And oh man, I tell you what, it's been a busy day. How about yourself?
Well, I don't know, not too busy here. Although, boy, we filled the logbook up this afternoon on people, and hey, I don't know what's going on, but we're getting great signal reports from everybody. And here I am trying to put up a bigger antenna. Maybe that'll help me just a little bit. But hopefully we're going to start on that extended double ZEP this week, if I can get Walter down here. Let's see, what else is going on? Rebuilt the air gun. Going to cut the Ballon open in the next day or two. Oh, last night on the show, we had some audio. Our remote guest didn't sound real good on the audio, and of course, during the show is not the time to try to troubleshoot that. But this afternoon, I did fix that audio. We had a mismatch in a cable that goes into the audio mixers. So we got that fixed today. Audio will be clean and good again next week for the show. And not much else going on, to tell you the truth. I just think about taking a break, maybe getting a peanut butter sandwich or something. W5MEU, W5KUB.
Well, that don't sound like too awful bad an idea there. Yeah, I grabbed a bag of Cheetos over here. Always fun to have a little glass of Pepsi and some Cheetos while I talk on the radio. You know, it gives me that orange orange fingerprint there, but I may actually buy my very first HF commercially built antenna. Believe it or not. I'm real nervous about it, and I know how I build antennas, and I know how antennas are supposed to be built. And I found a great deal on a 160-meter dipole here on HRO. That just, it's such a phenomenal deal that I almost can't pass it up, because I probably can't even go out to Lowe's and buy the stuff to build this antenna for the price that that they're wanting for this thing. It's got a nice big 1500 watt balun on it. The balun looks nice and hefty. It's not one of these little PVC pipe stuck together cheap things. And I tell you, it looks real nice. It's a Radio Waves 160-DP11 if you want to look at it. But I thought it was a pretty good deal. And I'm also looking at maybe getting me a MSJ vertical, believe it or not. I've been sitting there planning on, getting me one of those 43-foot verticals and playing with it on 160, since I've got an extensive ground system out here that covers about 170 foot by about 75 foot wide area. There's no reason for me not to stick a vertical in the middle of that and just see how it plays. But I'd like to find me a used one that somebody's tired of or something like that. They could send it to me, since I don't know exactly how it's going to play. But I don't know. I may get the one from MSJ, you never can tell. But I'm definitely looking at this Radio Waves. Go ahead.
Well, I know that 43-foot vertical is pretty popular height. I'm just not sure how well it's going to radiate on 160 being so short, but I'm not a 160-meter man myself. I do have the about 130-foot inverted L up. It goes up about 60 feet, and then it goes out about 60 or 70 feet, to the side. And if I want to get on 160, that's probably what I will try to use. Of course, I got my buried radios out there. I really are to try to improve on those. Maybe put a few more down. I think I got one radio. I've got various different links out there. I think I've got at least one radio down that's about 130 feet. I don't know. I need to try 160, I guess, someday. Let's see if anybody else wants to join in here. This is Whiskey 5 Kilo Uniform Bravo. All right, I didn't hear anybody, Ken. Well, Ken, I'm about talked out right now. I think I'm going to take a break. And, boy, we had a good group on here this afternoon. People from all over. Might get back on a little later. Maybe even try a different band or something. I guess it'd have to be 80 meters, probably. I'll talk to you later, Ken. W5MEU, W5KB.
Okay, Tom, sounds good. Yeah, I wondered if you had any experience at that with that little 43-foot vertical. I read some of the reviews, and some are good, some are bad. They have a number of people on there that are saying, make sure that you've got an extensive ground system. And if I don't have an extensive ground system, I'll put this thing on top of the shed out here and put me out of 140 radios made out of this number 14 wire. And the book says to make them at least 43 feet long, the length of the antenna. And it wouldn't be any big deal to put out, 150 or so radios that are 10 feet in the air, to make sure and have enough room to pull the car under it and stuff like that, and so the guys can come and mow the yard and all that kind of jazz. But We'll see what happens, man. I'm not real excited about 160 because 160 has never been my favorite band. 40 meters always been my favorite band, and I've got the best antennas and stuff for 40 meter. And I've got passable stuff for 80. So, you know, that's kind of always been my thing is the 40 and 80 meter band. I mean, I've got a fairly impressive setup on 20 meter. It's not anything big or fancy or anything like that. It's just an 8JK at 50 feet. But it's rather unusual. But anyway, okay, Tom. Well, have a good one, sir. And we'll talk to you later. Go grab you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich there, and grab you a big cold 807 out of the fridge, and we'll holler at you later. W5KUB. Have a good one, 7-3, Tom. See you next time. W5MEU Odessa.
Okay, Ken 73, and catch you later. W5MEU, W5KUB.
Tom,
Hey, just out of curiosity, before you get too far away, I'm running the AL811.
Like coming good down here in Indiana, or up here in Indiana. 73, 9KUH.
Okay, we had a double there, but Brian, you allowed us 73, Brian. I thought you had signed that earlier. Maybe not. Sorry if we overlooked you there. Who else was that in there other than Brian? Come back one more time.
Oh, I was going to say, before you get away, I'm running the Ameritron AL811 at 500 watts today, and just curious to see what the S meter was telling you. Go ahead, W5ME.
Well, it's showing a good solid 10 over S9.
Okay, well, that's not too awful bad. That's tolerable. All right, 7-3, Tom. See you later. W5ME.
All right, 73, Ken. Was there another station? This is W5KUB.
Yeah, I just want to give W5ME a signal report from Peoria, Arizona.
Yeah, go ahead. What'd you say the call was there?
Yeah, Whiskey 7, Golf India Foxtrot in Peoria, Arizona. You are a solid 10 over 9 with beautiful audio. Maynard Allen.
Oh, good to meet you, Alan. Let me write that down before I forget, because my brain's working 1,000 miles an hour right now. But anyway, and where did you say you were located in Arizona?
Peoria, it's north the sister city northwest of Phoenix.
Wow, there's a Peoria in Arizona. I did not know that. I've never come across that. I've heard of the Peoria, what is it, Illinois or someplace like that, but that's pretty cool. Good to meet you, Alan, and thank you very much for the signal report.
Well, likewise. Beautiful signal. Just thought I'd chip in and tell you how nice it was. 73s, have a good one. 7GIF.
Okay, Alan, 7-3. See you down the logbook. W7GIF, and you're a solid 10 over S9 down here. No problem at all. Copying you. Beautiful signal. W5MEU Odessa.
Yeah, Ken, nice solid signal up here in Indiana, too. Not super strong, but definitely comparable. KC9KUH.
Yeah, you're an S9 into Peoria. Kind of high noise. You're competing with a S9 noise monitor that comes through
Okay, well, I appreciate it, Brendan. Well, actually, I've turned it up a little bit. I'm running full tilt. That's about 1,300, so, and some change. Hello, about 1,350 or so, give or take. It bounces around. But hello to you. Sounding good down here in beautiful Bloomington, Indiana, about 60 miles south of Indianapolis.
Okay, well, you take care back in Indiana. How's the weather doing out there right now?
Last I looked, it's about 49 degrees and warming up a little bit. So there ain't no snow and it ain't 0 degrees. So, you know, it's a nice day. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, you guys have what we have in a real winter here in the desert. Right now it's 85 degrees in the Phoenix, Peoria area. So it's gone here what you guys see for summertime. Can I tell?
Yeah, it's about that time. I'll make Tom. I think I'm going to have to go get me something to eat here real soon. My belly's starting to rumble. So I figured I'd get in there and tell you something good down here this way. And
They got a decent signal. So 73 to you, and hopefully we'll catch you again. Well, I'm sure we'll catch you again. Maybe we all decide to get on. Maybe we'll get on 75 meters, but 75 might work tonight. 73 is from Kilo Charlie 9 Kilo United Hotel.
Okay, Kilo Charlie 9 Kilo United Echo, W7CIF. We're good. 73, and thanks for letting me break in and giving me a signal report. Have a good day from Jordan, W7CIF.
Yeah, KC9KUH, W5MEU. Yeah, solid. About 7, 8, 9 over S9 down here. You know, there's on this TS2000 between a 5 over and a 10 over, there's only like two little bills, and it's flickering right between those two. But man, that's a solid, nice signal down here. KC9KUH, Indiana, I think it was, W5MEU Odessa. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Yeah, OTS2000 just rocks along, seems like, and what else when you got the Drake L4B running about 1350, 1300 watts. And then all that's going straight out to a 75 meter full wave loop, about 20 to 30 feet in the air, depending on which side of the wire you're standing on. Over. Yeah, see, I'm only running 1/3 power that I normally run. I normally run up there between 14 and 1500 watts, but I'm running the Ameritron AL811 down here right now at about 500 watts max. Hello. And in fact, it's not even quite doing 500 on the meter over here. So, you know, like I say, I'm running about 1/3 power down here, which this is almost QRP for me. It's unusual to hear my signal on here with anything less than about 1,000 watts. I happen to have this amplifier hooked up, and right now I'm on the TS2000, running into the Ameritron AL811, the 3-hole 811, and it runs out to a double extended ZEP up at 53 feet. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, you can't beat those TS2000s. I'll tell you what, they're pretty darn dependable radios, really. I mean, they don't have a lot of the features that the new radios got, but I'll tell you what, they're pretty darn reliable now. I mean, look how long they've been out and been in production, and Kenwood's still making them. That's what's surprising. But I've had this radio, I'd say, 10 years, if not a little bit more now. I ain't never had no trouble out of it. And it just kept on chugging right along, and it seems to work pretty good. Now, I've abused the heck out of it, and it still keeps on going. Over. Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is the 5th TS2000 I've had. I've got pictures of 3 of them on my QRZ page, as a matter of fact. But, yeah, I've had many other radios. I've had ICOMs and a couple of Yaesus. I've had the 746. I've had 746 Pro. I had the 756, 756 Pro, Pro 2, and Pro 3. Always, no matter what it is, I always come back to the TS2000. And I tell you, I had a truck driver friend of mine come by, and we set a FTDX 3000 Yaesu next to this, and we were switching between them, and I tell you what, I'd much rather have the TS2000. You know, the receive on it is just, it just blows it out of the water. Especially if you go ahead and upgrade the firmware, it just makes all the difference in the world. You know, this thing's still a top-of-the-line radio, even after being out, 16, 17 years. You know, there's no Yaesu that's been produced for 17 years, but the TS2000 just keeps on rocking along, like you were saying. You can't ask for much better than that. You know, it doesn't have all the fancy little doodads and touch screens and all that band scope and all that useless stuff. But when you sit back here in the easy chair with the light turned out and the microphone in your hand, those are useless items anyway, in my opinion.
you know, it's just one of those one more thing to go wrong. Hi. But anyway, good to meet you up there. What was it, Brian? Good to meet you, Brian. KC9 KUH W5MEU.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, I'm really surprised Kenwood's still making these radios. It's kind of surprised because of that. I mean, they said they've had it out for so darn long. And you know, I wouldn't mind having one of the new ICOM 7300. It's mostly eye candy. You know, I do like the eye candy, but I've been thinking about. I got a little SDR Play RSP2. I've thought about setting it up on this Kenwood 2000 and using that as my pan adapter. So basically I can have a pan adapter if I want to, you know, look at the screen. But as far as just reliability and ruggedness, I'll tell you, I can't complain about this Kenwood too much. And I'm running a D104 with it, D104 microphone. And a Tug 9, it's actually a Tug, they call it a Tug 9, but it's basically an unamplified D104. And the original crystal element in it was bad, so I ended up putting a Heil HC5 element. So essentially I'm running a Heil HC5 into it, so I guess everybody said it sounds fine, so I've always just left it where it's at. And I think the only upgrades I've done to it, well, I wouldn't say upgrade, but I did the TS2000 EQ software, where it opens up the transmit audio a little bit, and the transmit receive. It opens it up and makes it sound a little bit better. Over.
Yeah, see, I thought about doing something like that, but you know, with them cracking down on these audiophile guys, I don't want the thing to go over 3 kcs. And with it being 3 kcs out of the factory, you know, the Kenwood audio is still always there. It's just, I don't know. I guess I could, but I just, I don't. You know, I'll let them clean out the guys that are running 10 and 15 kilohertz wide worth of audio, and then see what's left after that. I don't want to, you know, go check the mailbox and find me a notice of apparent liability in there for about $7,000. That seems to be the ongoing thing when they start busting the audiophile guys. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. There's a lot of times that I'll go ahead and crank this thing back to 2.5 kcs, you know, just for the crowded band conditions and whatnot. But anyway, oh boy, don't get me started on that. There's some great sounding radios out there. This just doesn't happen to be commercial radio where you can stuff 20 kcs worth of audio into 3 kcs worth of bandwidth. But a lot of these guys sure do sound good these days. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. No, I even get this one up on AM every now and then, and on 75 meters, get on with them guys. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here. I think I'm gonna follow Tom's. My belly's starting to growl. I think I'm gonna have to go feed my belly, or at least entertain the idea and to see what's going on in the kitchen. To see what we're having tonight. Maybe I can dig in and get me a little snack, hold me over till dinner. So 73C7, good here in Indiana. Hopefully we'll be able to work you again. You're making a good trip here, and 60 miles south of Indianapolis, here in Bloomington. I'm on the west end of Bloomington, so time here is just give us a call, and more than happy to have a QSO with you. Over.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and listen for me up there on 3880, 3885 in that area. It's not unusual for me to float around up there. I run a D104 on this Kenwood TS2000 up there at 3 kcs wide. You know, and there's a lot of times that those guys don't know the difference between this and a plate modulated. It just takes a little swirling around with things and get everything matched up properly to get the fidelity out of it up there. But I run the Swan Mark II at about 500 watts carrier, which gives me plenty of headroom. You know, run about 25 watts or so into it, and it gives me audio just out the nose, no problem at all. But yeah, catch me up there on 3880, 3885. You know, with K4KYV and K85. Oh dang it! What is Timtron called again? WA1HLR. Anyway, I'm up there fairly often with those guys. You know, when they'll allow a rice box in up there. Hi. But anyway, we'll see you later, Brian. Go grab you something to eat, and I'm going to grab me another handful of Tito's and another glass of Pepsi up here. 7-3, KC9KUH, W5MEUOW. Yeah, W7GIF, W5MEU. It's Mike Echo Uniform. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, got it now. W5 Mike Echo Uniform. Hey, just wanted to know, you guys still have that really big ham fest down in Midland on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, I tell you, the last St. Patrick's Day ham fest was pathetic. 100% pathetic. They still have it, but it was in. If you've been down to the county barn swap fest of the years gone by, the entire ham fest was in about the same size room as the bathroom at the county barn. You know, it was pathetic. There was no dealers at all there. I don't know what it's going to be like this year. I think they're holding it at the same place. It's a motel that's out on the old Highway 80, but it wasn't very impressive last year. Of course, I bought a radio out there, and I had to go to support it a little bit. You know, I always like to support the clubs, but I didn't care much for it. But come on down and shake the hand of the big Gimme You if you come on down to Midland.
Yeah, okay. Well, boy, I'll tell you, I lived in Albuquerque from 80 to 90. Went down to that Midland ham fest. That was a nice, big ham fest. And lots to choose from. Lots of fun and Brian Tillman going on. Okay, hey, listen, I'm going to get out and get the heck out of here. Have a good day. W7GIF.
Okay, Alan. Sounds good, sir. Yeah, they still have it down here. It's not, since it went out of the county barn, it just isn't what it used to be. All things change. You know, over time you have to adapt and overcome. And the guys at Midland they're still putting it on. But they had to adapt to a little different lifestyle and a little different style of selling and stuff like that. There used to be a lot of older equipment, and the dealers that didn't want a fortune for their stuff. And this past couple of years, there just hadn't been things like that. But come on down. There's always fellowship, and we got good steakhouses down here. Nobody says you have to stay at the Swamp Fest the whole time. Hi. See you later, Alan. W7GIF, W5MEU.
Yeah, okay, very much. Hey, I didn't catch that. What's the name there?
Yeah, the name here is Ken, Kilo Echo November. Go ahead.
Okay, Ken. Well, listen, thanks very much. Yeah, we have the same thing happen here in Arizona. It used to be a 4-day walk up at the airport just outside of Flagstaff called Fort Hill. And it was fully a 4-day ham fest. And man, was that ever huge and wonderful. All kinds of stuff that you really want to see at ham fest. And that moment over 10 years ago. And the replacement for it up in Williams has been really pathetic. Not worth traveling 120 miles for sure. Okay, listen, 73's
Okay, Alan, see you later. 7-3, see you down the logbook. W5MEU back here reading the mail for a little bit.
Anybody using the frequency? Anybody using this frequency? Was CQDX, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, CQDX 40, W4, Oscar, America, Foxtrot. Whiskey 4, Oscar, America, Fox, calling CQDX, CQ Delta X-ray. CQ, CQDX, CQDX, CQDX 40. CQ Delta X-ray from W4, Oscar, America, Fox. Whiskey 4, Oscar, America, Fox, calling CQDX 40 meters and by circle.
0, TXC, 6 to 0.
did I just hear a stroke AG in there? Didn't get the rest